Inheritance. Inheritance enable an entity subtype to inherit attributes and relationship from supertype. Inheritance allow a subtype entity to adapt to attributes and relationship from its supertype, promoting consistency and reducing redundancy in data structures. In the object-oriented data model, the ability of an object to inherit the data structure and methods of the classes above it is the class inherency. In object-oriented programming, inheritance lets an object acquire the structure and methods from its parent classes, enhancing code reusability and modularity. Key point of inheritance. The property of inheritance enable an entity subtype to inherit the attributes and relationship of the supertype. Inheritance property and allow a subtype entity adapt to attributes and relationship of a supertype. This means that a subtype can utilize and extend the characteristic and connection of the supertype, restoring data consistency and reducing redundancy. A supertype contains attributes that are common to all of its subtypes. A supertype holds attributes that are shared among all its subtypes. This means it encapsulates common characteristic forming a general category that can be further specialized by its subtypes, promoting a logical and efficient data structure. Subtypes contain only the attributes that are unique to the subtype. Subtypes only contain attributes unique to them. These are characteristics not found in the supertype or other subtypes, allowing for differentiation and specialization within the overall data structure, enhancing the richness and detail of the data model. This image is about concept of inheritance in animals, which means how different type of animals share some common characteristic from their ancestors. For example, dog and cat are both mammals, which means they have warm blood and produce milk for their young. Snakes are reptiles, which means they have scales blood and they egg mammals. And reptiles are both animals, which means they are living organisms that can move and sense their environment. Genetic inheritance in animals refers to the transmission of genetic information from parents to their offspring. The image illustrates a database design concept called specialization hierarchy, which categories employees into different subtypes based on their roles and skills. Each subtype inherits common attributes from the general employee entity, such as employee number, name, hire date. However, each subtype also has unique attributes specific to their role, like flight hours and silence for pilots, specialty and tools for mechanics, and degree and CPA for accountants. The primary key attributes for each subtype in the employee number, allowing for unique identification. This concept can also be applied to genetic inheritance. The image is an example database table that shows how different types of employees can have different attributes, some of which may be null or missing. The table is part of a educational or instructional material that illustrate the concept of null value in the database design. The table has 8 columns that represent the employee number, name, initial, license, type or rating, medical type, and hire date. The table has 11 rows that represent individual employees. Information. Some of the cells in the table are blank, indicating that the attributes is not applicable or unknown for that employee. For example, some employees do not have license, type, or rating, while others do not have medical type. The caption below the table explains that these null values are created by unique attributes that are specific to each employee subtype. The image illustrates the concept of specialization hierarchy in database design. It demonstrates how different types of employees such as pilot, mechanics, and accountant can be categorized based on their specific attributes and job roles. Each subtype inherits common attributes from the general employee entity, while also having unique attributes that reflect their differences. The primary key attribute for each subtype remains the same as the supertype, allowing for unique identification. The image also mentions that subtype inherits relationship in which the supertype participates, such as the employee-dependent relationship. Additionally, the note clarifies that lower level subtype inherits attribute and relationship from all upper level supertype in the hierarchies with multiple levels.